Gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, I appreciate you stopping by. Today, I'm gonna talk about something that could literally make or break your dating life. And that's what you wear on a date, especially on a first date. And also, man, just for the record, I'm not here to preach or roast anybody. I'm just a guy who happens to know more than the average guy does about style, and I've been actively dating for the last few months now. I've been around the block a few times, I've learned things the hard way, and I've also figured out a few things along the way. I'm also fortunate enough to get feedback from a lot of women on this very topic, so it might be worth a few minutes of your time to soak this in. First up, we have shoes. Unless you're literally having your first date on a beach, flip-flops are just a complete no-go. That just screams that you gave up halfway through getting dressed. It's lazy, it's sloppy, and it's basically the sound of flapping regret every time you take a step. Your bare toes should not be the first thing she sees when you walk up. Even if you live somewhere hot like I do, lightweight loafers, canvas sneakers, or even boat shoes for that matter are all better options. With that said though, I might still avoid the boat shoes. Now this is a perfect example of a casual, breathable, and lightweight loafer. It's casual, but it still reads maturity and sophistication. Another shoe to avoid would be your running shoes. Now, these are only acceptable if you guys are going on a run for your first date. Otherwise, this is a hard no. Running shoes are basically telling her that you didn't think the date was worth dressing up for. Even if they're super expensive running shoes, it's still a no-go. It's a running shoe. It's not a going out or date shoe. But if you like wearing sneakers, that's okay. Just pick something that's clean, classic, and minimal without all the crazy colors and logos. I would suggest going with like a nice, sophisticated leather sneaker like this, or even like this. Then we have the style move that far too many guys get wrong. The intention is there, but the execution isn't. It's wearing your long dress shirts untucked. There are several things that tell the world you don't know what you're doing, and the long untucked dress shirt is one of them. Here's the thing, dress shirts are just cut differently than casual button-downs. So if you wear a business dress shirt untucked, it's extremely obvious. It basically swallows up your body and it looks like you're wearing a little dress. The solution is, if you want to go with that sort of cool, relaxed, untucked look, just buy shirts that are designed to be untucked. The body of the shirt overall is going to be a lot shorter, and they also tend to fit and hug your body a little bit better. So that shirt tells the world that you do know what you're doing. But if you still have any doubts about your shirt, just tuck the shirt in. You'll look better anyway. Here's something else about shirts. Consider wearing a shirt with a collar. I'm assuming, if you're watching this video, that you're a grown man. I'm also assuming that she wants you to dress like one. So any type of t-shirt is a no-go, especially any t-shirt with comic book characters on it. Listen, I'm not trying to roast anyone, again, but dress like a man with some self-respect, because chances are she doesn't want to go out with someone who looks like an overgrown 15-year-old boy. And if you don't have anything quite like this in your closet, now is the time to change that. So this is the Marinello Cotton and Silk Blend Johnny Collar Polo from Collars & Co. This thing is an absolute home run. I've got it in blue, and I recently grabbed another one in black. I also got their Marinello Vintage Stripe Polo. These are going to be your summertime date night staples. And those casual suede loafers that I showed you earlier, these are the Rio slip-ons in the sand color, also from Collars & Co., who was nice enough to sponsor today's video. I have talked about Collars & Co. before in other videos, and I legitimately love everything they're doing right now, and I wear their stuff all the time. And if you're not familiar with Collars & Co., they completely shook up the menswear industry a few years ago when they were on Shark Tank launching their dress collar polo shirt. Mark Cuban invested $1 million in this company, and it's because they solved the problem. The problem was that men want to look put together and have a nice collar, but don't want to be uncomfortable. So they came out with a lightweight, four-way stretch polo shirt that has a dress collar that comes in a bunch of different styles. The shirts are super comfortable, short sleeve, easy to wear, and always look amazing. But since then, they just keep ratcheting up their selection with classic, elevated, and easy to wear pieces. And look, in my opinion, they hit it out of the park with all their new stuff. The Marinello Polo is an absolute home run. Another home run is their brand new Apex Performance dress shirt. This is the official performance dress shirt of the Arrow McLaren IndyCar team. And a lot of you guys know my racing background, so I am super excited about this partnership. These have cool fiber technology, it's moisture wicking, it's breathable, it's four-way stretch, and it's insanely comfortable. They also have some brand new Velocity pull-on performance pants that once again look and feel amazing. So if you don't have anything quite like this in your wardrobe, there's going to be a link down below in the description box to a special offer that's going to get you a discount on anything that you want to go pick up from their website. Use that link in the description and go treat yourself to some of these amazing items that you'll actually wear this season. All right, next up, because it's almost summertime, we have to talk about shorts. Do not, I'm begging you, do not under any circumstances wear those baggy cargo shorts. Again, you're a man, not a 19-year-old college kid. You don't need 27 pockets, right? You don't need a different compartment for your phone, your keys, your wallet, your gum, your chapstick, your water bottle, and your condom. Because if you show up on a date wearing cargo shorts like that, you're not going to need your condom, not even close. The alternative here is to wear tailored flat front chino shorts. Now, if you're fancy, you could go with some linen shorts with those side adjusters. I've got a pair and they are very cool, but look, 9 times out of 10, I'm just gonna go with some basic, grown-up, simple, well-fitted flat front chino shorts with an inseam length that lands about 1 to 2 inches above my knees. If your shorts are so long that they end past your knees, they're not shorts. You're now wearing capri pants. Again, I'm not roasting, I'm just telling you how that looks. Next is your jeans, your favorite denim. Now, I'm only gonna spend a minute on this because I feel like I talk about this all the time, but your jeans should be fitted. They shouldn't be super tight and they shouldn't be super loose where they're basically falling off your butt. They also shouldn't be so long that they bunch up on top of your shoes. If so, it looks like you're wearing somebody else's pants. Now, if you want to sort of take things up a notch, I would suggest going with some well-fitted chinos. But again, a lot of this depends on what you guys are going to be doing on your date. But just remember, whatever you plan for the date, you're a man, not a little boy. So dress like one. That's your job because she doesn't even know who you are yet. Something else to never wear on your first date is worn out or wrinkled clothes. If you don't own an iron or a steamer, get one and start using it. If it looks like you just slept in your clothes and just rolled out of bed to go meet her, she's going to think that you couldn't be bothered and that she's not worth putting in any effort. Also, I would suggest to keep things pretty simple. Avoid anything that's too bright, bold, or flashy because it can come off like you're just trying too hard. Or worse, that you're compensating for something. If you show up to a coffee date at like 3 p.m. and it looks like you're heading straight to Vegas to go hit a nightclub, it just doesn't look right. It's not that hard, gentlemen, because the bar is set so low because most guys just don't even try. But when you show up looking put together, you're sending a very powerful message. You're saying that I respect myself, I respect you, and I put in some effort. And trust me, women notice your effort way more than they notice the brand of watch you're wearing or the size of your wallet. And if you found this useful in any way at all, please do me a favor and hit the like button for the algorithm, and please consider subscribing if you're not already. And with that, my friends, as always, thank you so much for watching, live well, and I'll see you in the next one.